They said it couldn't be done. They laughed at the idea. A Muslim, millennial, democratic socialist becoming the mayor of New York City. What a fool. And yet, here we are, one Friday evening in June, while New York's political elites sipped cocktails behind closed doors. Zohran Mamdani did something extraordinary, did something special which was never done in history. He walked the entire length of Manhattan. No press conference, no media fanfare, just him from Harlem to Battery Park, 7.5 hours on foot without any help. Why? Because he wanted New Yorkers to know you deserve a mayor you can see, hear, and even sometimes yell at. And that single act, simple, raw, and sincere, said more than 1,000 campaign ads ever could. That night, something special changed in the political soul of America's largest city, and that change has a name: Zohran Mamdani. Zohran didn't just win a primary election, he shattered the political establishment in a city where billionaires and dynasties have long controlled the levers of power. He didn't have Como's last name. He didn't have Wall Street's money. He didn't have the backing of Washington. What he had was something far more powerful, far more important. He had people, over 50,000 volunteers, knocked doors, rallied voters, and shared his campaign, his message across platforms and boroughs. He had a campaign run on conviction, not consultants, and not on dollars. He had a voice that cut through the noise, refusing to play by the old rules of the game of politics. Instead of sound bites, he gave substance. Instead of slogan, he gave sincerity. With Como, while Como mocked him, Mamdani mobilized. While others raised millions in dark money, he raised hearts, hands, and above all, hope. Social media lit up with his words, his actions, and his walk. One clip from a Democratic debate where he directly challenged Como's scandals and failures was viewed over 10 million times on X. What a surprise, man! And he did it all while being unapologetically Muslim, proudly progressive, and deeply rooted in the immigrant story of America. This wasn't just a political victory, this was a cultural shift, and it was a tectonic shift. There's no doubt about it. He was a man who didn't just speak to Muslims, who didn't just speak for Muslims, immigrants, and the working class. He was them. Eric Adams, the current mayor, once said, I don't agree with his stance on many things, but I respect the fact he is true to who he is. But after, surprisingly, after Mamdani's victory, stunning victory, that respect vanished. Eric Adams turned defensive, calling him a snake oil salesman. Why? Why did it happen? Why Eric Adams, the current mayor, had to change his mind? Because Mamdani is everything Adam isn't. He's authentic, fearless, and not for sale. And he's not just fighting for change, he is proving that change is possible. His platform isn't just a wish list, it's a lifeline. free public buses, city-run grocery stores to fight food deserts, affordable housing, policies rooted in justice, dignity, and humanity. Critics called it unrealistic, but for the people living paycheck to paycheck, it felt like the first breath of fresh air in decades. Even the polls tell the story. Gen Z showed us disillusioned voters came back, and people who once believed politics would never change started to deliver again. He spoke to despair and answered it with dignity. He spoke to the forgotten and told them, "You matter." But this story, friends, isn't over yet. November's general election will be the real battle. The powers that are sharpening their knives, big donors, party bosses, corporate media, all preparing to stop this outsider who got too close to real power. But Mamdani isn't backing down. He's already told the world we need a mayor who can look authoritarianism in the eye and not see a reflection of themselves. This is a man ready to take on the system and win. Of course, there should be no doubt about it. And for Muslims around the world, this moment is historic. In a time when Islamophobia is on the rise, it's resurgent. When Muslim voices are silenced, are sidelined. Here stands Zohran Mamdani, unflinching, unbought, and unbreakable. This isn't just his fight, it's our fight, and in him, millions around the world see the leader they have long been waiting for. A leader who walks the street, not above them. A leader who speaks truth, not spin. A leader who dares to imagine a city where justice isn't a dream, but a right. Zohran Mamdani just didn't walk across Manhattan. He walked into history. And if November goes his way, he just might walk into City Hall.